All right. There's much going on, okay? This week, Thursday, is Thanksgiving's Day and the beginning of lighting the lights for Hanukkah, which represents a very much troubled time during Israel's time, and in the burning of the oil 8 days was a miracle from God to Israel till they got the oil replenished. If anybody knows the story, Assyria had come in, polluted the temple by sacrificing pigs in the Holy of Holies. The oil was gone, all but enough for 1 day. And when the Maccabees rose up and drove them out and took back over the temple to clean it and to relight the menorahs, which was supposed to be burn, clean them and then burn them. They only had enough oil for 1 day. 1 day, people, just 1 day. That's all they had. But yet, because it took around 8 days for them to create the oil that went in to the menorahs. So for 8 days, that 1 day stint of oil kept burning. So that's basically the story, and the lighting of the candles is for each day of those 8 days that the oil preserved by God Himself. So that's what's coming up soon, but I come to talk to you today, and I hope and pray everybody has a good Thanksgiving and a blessed Hanukkah, those that celebrate it. I pray that you are blessed through this time. But we are in a time of great upheaval and trouble. I'm going to read one verse, and if you want to read the whole structure of it, go to Daniel and read chapter 11. But I'm going to take one verse out of this because this happened quite recently. And both these kings' hearts shall be to do mischief, and they shall speak lies at one table, but it shall not prosper, for yet the end shall be at the appointed time. Saying, no matter how many lies they spoke to each other and all of this stuff, the appointed time of destruction over in the Middle East is still coming. I know some people get upset when I call Obama a liar because he is our president. Just because he's a president, he's still a human being, a man, and he's a liar, okay? I know. Some of you go, shouldn't talk about the president that way. Well, tough. If you're a liar, you're a liar. I don't care if you're a king, queen, president, or bishop of the church, or a pastor of the church. If you are a liar, you are a liar. When you speak lies, you are a liar. One, he lied about the Obama health care thing. He said over and over and over, if you were satisfied with your health care coverage, you could keep your health care coverage, period. If you're satisfied with your doctor, you can keep your doctor, period. Well, it has come to light that many has lost their health care and having trouble getting on the internet, which I wouldn't even do because that internet that the Obama has up, the health care internet, is so unstable that anyone can get on there, hack into your web site that you filled out, get all of your information, Social Security, your bank numbers, where you live, your name, your kids' names, and everything that you've written down in information they can get, and then your identity is gone, and it takes forever to get your identity back and clean up that mess. It really does. So, thank God I don't have to. I'm not going to. But anyway, he lied. And if you don't think he lied, then ask those that's already lost their health plan, some that have cancer, some that need their health coverage because the doctors will not take care of them because they've lost their health plan. And they haven't got on Obama's health plan yet. I don't know what to say about those doctors. I know they can't do their service totally free, but you know what? If you were my patient and that happened, could I stand by and watch you slowly die? Now, they talked about the death panels. That's part of the death panels. Okay? That doesn't mean that Obama's going to send the troops at you and haul you off and have you killed. The death panels didn't mean that. The death panels are simple. They're very simple, people. If you got something wrong with you, you need an operation, or you need medicine, and you need the health care, and all of a sudden they withdraw the health coverage from you. The doctors are not going to get paid. The hospital's not going to get paid. So what do you think is going to happen to you? You're not going to get the help you need. That's a death panel, because it's signing you to die. Period. If you got cancer and you're in the course of radiation treatment or chemotherapy, and that thing is withdrawn, that health care is withdrawn, and they won't give it to you anymore, guess what? You're going to die. That's a death panel. They can get rid of you at a very simple, easy way, and you die, and you're out of the picture. They can get rid of you, can get rid of your costs, can get rid of whatever you're having the doctors charge. You're gone. You're dead. That's what death panels are. Withdrawing your money that the government promised to take care of you. And when they withdraw it, the doctors will withdraw your care, and you die. Death panel. Simply put. Okay, now we got him going over there to Iran, and all these men sitting around the same table, lying to each other out their teeth. If you think Iran is not going to build a bomb, you are living in a delusion that is unspeakable. Now, we sort of similarly tried to do the same measure with North Korea. Not exactly, but, sort of. What happened? They got the bomb. They didn't stop. They went on ahead and got the bomb. They got a nuke, okay? More than one nuke, in fact. So if you think Iran's president and the Khomeini was sitting there telling the truth, oh, well, we'll stop. You rescind the restrictions, and you get us back on our feet, and we'll stop making the stuff to make nuclear bombs. They already have it, people. They really do. Even the president of Israel tried to say this is not a good thing. This is one of the worst things that happened to the Middle East over there. This so-called agreement. By the time 6 months is up, they're going to have more than one nuke over there already made. They got the stuff to do it. to put it together, simply put it together. They're not going to get rid of it. They have places there, bases there that can fulfill what they need, and hidden in places, and they're going to do it. They're going to go ahead and make the bomb. That's what they wanted. That's what they want, the bomb, because they want to totally 100% destroy Israel. And guess what? They want to totally destroy America. They've said this for years and years and years. And do you think all of a sudden, because they get a new president that can sweetly sit there and lie with a smile on his face and say, no, we're going to stop this. We're going to fit in with the world. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Lie after lie after lie after lie. And here's Obama sitting there with his agenda going on in his little mind. Lie after lie after lie. Playing games with people's lives over there in the Middle East. You know what? There's going to be around 2.2 billion people killed over there in the Middle East from this soon-coming nuclear war that's going to happen over there. 2.2 billion people. It's in Revelations. It tells you. Here, let me read it. That's a lot of people. 2.2 billion people dying. Oh, my word. How many dead bodies is that going to be laying across the hills of Israel? How many dead bodies? Okay, let's go to Revelations chapter 9. And let's see. Okay, the fourth angels were loosened, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slaughter the third part of mankind. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And this I saw the horses in the vision. Then they sat on them, having breastplates of fire. And let me tell you, people, this is not China. This is not China. Believe me. People are trying to put China in there, but it's not China. Russia and Iran and all of them in Syria are coming together. This is what it's talking about. We're talking about Islam and the country of the Muslims over there coming together as one, marching across, having breastplates of fire, of Jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions. And of course, when you see a rolling tank going across there and that thing, is sticking out where the bullets come out, the bombs, it does look like a horse's head in a way, or a lion's head. And out of the mouth issue fire and smoke and brimstone. Well, when you see a Russian tank shoot off, and they call them tigers, coming across the desert, shooting missiles and things, then that's what you will see. By this three was the third part of the men killed, by the fire, by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issues out of their mouth. And their power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto scorpions, and heads, and when they that do hurt. Okay? The Chinese is not even going to be involved in this. I know a lot of religious people try to put the Chinese in there because of the red thing, but let me tell you, it is the Muslims and the Russians coming across. Gog and Magog battle. That's in Ezekiel. Go to the 28th and 29th chapter of Ezekiel, and you will see what is about to happen over there in the Middle East now, the Third World War. And they're going to drop nuclear bombs, okay? It is not going to be pretty over there at all. There are going to be so many dead bodies over there that you can hardly walk across the land. 2.2 billion people, a third of all mankind, will be over there in this war fighting fiercely. And the main goal of the Muslims is to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. Well, because of this war that's about to happen, and Obama, okay, I may upset some people, but I don't care, because I'm a Democrat, been a Democrat all my life, and I can call my Democrat president what I want, and I think he's stupid. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think he's stupid, but stupid in the world's worst way. I can almost say that he is the second hand of Satan himself, because he's letting Satan lead him into a destruction on the Middle East, and which was going to almost totally destroy America. Not only the Obamacare thing is going to destroy us financially, because we've become such a nanny state that we're trying to take care of everybody. Well, who's going to pay the bill? All the rich people. It's like take from the rich and give to the poor. Well, let me tell you something. Before all of this happened, all of those people that are poor out there could get help. They could. I did. Before I ever got on Social Security and got Medicare, I still got help out there. Before my sister Tina got any help from the government at all, she still got help out there. She had a hysterectomy that she had to have, or she was going to bleed to death, they told her. Well, she didn't have insurance. But you know what? The state of Arkansas picked it up and took care of her. There are channels that people that were poor and had no insurance, they opened up places for these people to see doctors that volunteered to see these people. And if they needed operations, they got operations. Well, now they've got it so turned upside down and so wrong that if the government looks at you and says, I don't think you're a worthy person to be helped, you won't get that operation, even if you get the health care. They will have the final word whether you get your operation or not. I mean, hey, why does people in Canada sometimes come to the United States to get operations and stuff? Because they're on a back burner way, on a list in a back burner, and by the time they get up to the front to be able to have an operation, they'd be dead. So where did they come to America? Or did? I don't know if they'll any longer come to America. But our president has been a liar all along. He lied about what happened over in Libya when our ambassador and those young men died over there. He lied. He lied. I know he lied. So did Hillary Clinton. The whole bunch lied about that. They knew what was going on, and they had gave an order to stand down, not to go help them. How could you not go help people when they're being attacked and killed? That's your president for you. And then he lies about the health care system. Totally lies. You don't get to keep the health insurance you have if you like it. No, you don't. And a lot of times you don't get to keep your own doctor that you've had for years. That was a lie from him. Period. He went over there and made deals with our enemy that wants to see us dead and giving them back billions of dollars. What for? Oil? You want to talk about oil? You want to talk about Bush going over there to Iraq and them for oil? This is done for oil. They were not able to sell oil. We had so many restrictions, Iran could not sell their oil. But it's been lifted now, and they can sell their oil. They have stockpiles of oil over there to sell. Now they can sell it. Because Obama said, okay, you want to talk about the oil thing, people? You people that gets on the oil kick, that our country do something for oil? He just did it. And he put, by doing this, he put Israel in jeopardy, and he put us, the people of America, whom Iran hates and wants to see died, wiped off the face of the earth. He put us all in jeopardy with this decision he made, with this agreement that he made, because they're going to get the nukes and they're going to use them, sadly to say. So let us sit down and think about what year and what decade we are in. We are in the last days, people. All of these things are happening because prophecy is going to be fulfilled. That 1/3 of mankind, 2.2 billion people are going to die. Going to die. Killed. Wiped off the face of the earth. Flat. Prophesied. Going to be fulfilled. And Obama set it up with this agreement with Iran, with a new leader that can hold a straight face, and people seems to just love, because you got rid of the other idiot. Well, is he any better than the one that is no longer president? And where did he disappear to? Where did he sneak off to and disappear to? Because I haven't heard from him. And he's the one that's supposed to bring that leader at the end time. He's always said, I'm the one that's supposed to bring him in. Is that what he's busy doing? Getting him, finding him, getting him prepared, getting him ready to walk in and be part of the Antichrist stronghold when it arises? I don't know. He's out there doing something deceitful. He's undercover and nobody is watching him. A lot of things is going to start happening beginning next year. A lot of things happened this year. But next year, we're going to see events happening that's going to shock everyone. It's going to shock the world. It's going to shock the world leaders. It's going to shock you as you sit in your little cozy home with all your stuff around you, your TV, your internet, your cars, and all your stuff. And you're going to be sitting there with your mouth jawed wide open and your eyes straining in fear of what's going to be happening. Not only is the judgments of God being poured out, or should I say the wrath of the Lamb, because he's getting his bride ready to go home. And there's going to be a lot of things that's going to make the bride stand up and go, wow. And they either will really truly turn to Yahshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, and start walking in Him and obeying Him 100% completely, or they will run and stick their heads in the hole in the ground and in total fear of what's going to be coming upon this earth. Because they'll think, I missed it. I missed Him taking the bride. I'm left behind. They won't understand that they're being sorted out. So when He takes the bride, she will be a true, firm, standing, clean bride with no hate, no covetousness. She will be clean and perfect. That's what He's going to do. So this war is going to happen during the wrath of the Lamb, not the wrath of God, because the wrath of God, we see all the vials poured out, and it will be bad. It will be bad, people. But we're talking about right now the wrath of the Lamb, cleaning His bride and getting her ready to come home. You think He's going to let a filthy bride come home? No. No, 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 no. She has to be white, perfect. She has to come to the point that she walks in Him, lives in Him, loves her enemies, forgives them that abuse her, forgives them that mistreats her and talks bad about her, forgive the enemies, even feed them and give them water to drink. She can't be standing out there by herself, hating everything and everyone around her. If she is, then she's not the true bride of Yahshua HaMashiach. She is the false bride. She's got to be willing to forgive, just like her bridegroom did on the cross. She's got to be willing to walk in His footsteps when people spit upon us, curse us, and try to violate our name. We have to stand firm in Him, forgiving and loving and walking in His kindness. We have to become the true bride of Christ during these hard times that's coming. So people, we need to know where we are. And if you're trusting in President Obama to help you, you're being way deceived. He doesn't really care anything about you. He's the president, you know. That's what he wanted. He wanted to be the first black president ever. And he became it. I'm just sad to say that he's so evil. I'm really sad to say that for our first black president is a liar, evil, and not trustworthy at all. I would not trust him with my dogs, let alone my children, let alone my own life here in the United States. He's dragging us down a road of total deceit, failure, and corruption. What can we do about it? Well, we could impeach him. I don't know how good that would, because they impeached one president, you know, because he had sex with a young girl. But they didn't get him out of office. He was president right up to the end until the election was. So they impeached him, but they didn't take the office away from him. I don't know. They said he wasn't much of a president after that. I think he did a lot of stuff after that. He found a way to work around all of that nonsense of impeaching him, because they didn't remove him totally from the office. So, what do we do? What do? We stand for Yahshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. And if your church is if you're going to church, and I'm not against that, but if your church, your pastor is trying to remove the cross from the church, remove the death of Yahshua HaMashiach on the cross for our sins out of the church, if they're trying to compromise with the world, letting gays come in and be pastors and bishops of the church, if they are giving permission to young girls to go abort their children, their little babies inside them, then you need to get out of that church. You need to not walk away. You need to run. It's better for you to read the scriptures at home and pray diligently at home and go into a church, a false Babylon church like that. If they do not preach the true gospel of Jesus Christ, Yahshua HaMashiach, then you need to get away from that church. You don't need to be in that church at all and being defiled. It also says in Revelations to come out from among her, or you will suffer the wrath that's going to be poured out on her. That church is going to be poured wrath upon them, because eventually all the churches that come out of the Catholic Church are going to start binding back into the Catholic Church. It's like the mother is going to gather all the little chickens back under her wing and put her back into the Catholic Church, and they're going to gladly go, because the laws are going to be passed to the point is if they don't join back to the Catholic Church, they will be demolished. So, I'm telling you people to wake up before it's too late and get your heart right with Him and prepare yourself for whatever is to come and stand for Yahshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. If you're not willing to stand for Him, He will not stand for you. Simple. He's already gave His life for you, took all your sins down there, cast them into hell, come back, and gave you His robe of righteousness. That's what He offers you. When you accept Him, He puts that robe upon you. If you turn around somewhere and reject Him, and you take that robe back off and hand it back to Him, the protection's gone. You walked out from underneath the protection of Him. But you got to live for Him, obey Him, and it's not by works, it's by obedience. Obedience. When He tells you to do something, do it gladly and rejoice in Him. And you will have to go through trials. There are things that you're going to lose in your life, and you're going to go, why? Because God's going to be permitted for it to be taken out of your life to make you a better person than what you are right now. Because that thing in your life that is drawing your attention away from Him has to come out and be destroyed. We can't have anything standing between us and God. Nothing. That's why Yeshua's there. That's why He paid the price for us. So today is the day you must make a decision and understand. Our president is really a very wicked man. He's a liar, he's a cheat, and he's a thief. We have the worst president that has ever been elected to our office. He is a president that is the right hand of Satan to take America down, because Satan hates America, and don't think he don't. People say that this country wasn't built on the Bible. Well, you're badly mistaken. It was. That's why the Pilgrims come here in the first place, seeking refuge from a Catholic Church that was totally killing people for heresy because they got the Bible and they were reading the Bible. They were taking them and tying them to stakes and burning them at the stakes. They were chopping their heads off and things. So they ran from over there in England and around the church, the Roman Catholic Church, to find a piece of land that they could worship God the way they believed that God should be worshipped. That's why the United States got populated. I don't agree with everything they did, especially to the Indians. My grandmother on my daddy's side was a full-blooded Cherokee Indian. Her people, my people, suffered many things because of the white man and what they thought was right and wrong. All the Native Americans suffered under the hand of the white people that come here in the name of God and took their land, drove them into reservations, and did things that they shouldn't have done in the name of God, which was not of God. So somewhere along the line, they forgot how they were treated over in England, and they turned around and did it to the Native Americans here in the United States. So it's all coming back around again. The evil is arising up out of the pit with an army that will walk across this land. Understand me, 2.2 billion people are about to die over in the Middle East. Obama didn't stop a thing. In fact, he hindered and created more problems for the Middle East than any of us can recognize at this point in time. But we soon will. Get in the Bible, study the Bible, and pray. Pray earnestly for His wisdom to be upon you when you read that Word, His Word. And everyone, have a blessed Thanksgiving. Be blessed, people. Everybody have a blessed Hanukkah. Be blessed, people. In the name of Yahshua, I turn this video over to you, Father. In the name of Yahshua HaMashiach, I turn it over to you to be blessed and bring people to your throne, to your likeness, and out of this world. In the name of Yahshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. Amen and amen.